Hey there. Hi. Hi, this is John Barton from JB Cases. So we are going to do a quick video here on all of the cases we got in this week. So here we go. All right, starting out with a basic rugged case. Okay, basic rugged is defined by 2 pockets, no top handle. This is a navy blue, very pretty, with kind of a teal stitching on here. You see that? Look how pretty that is. And the word cat right there, also in teal stitching. And this has a beautiful navy blue interior. Not sure if you guys can see that real well. There we go. There we go. Got some light in there. So 2x5, very nice. This here is a hybrid. This is a black nylon with leather with green, kind of a snakeskin print leather. Really nice. Check it out. Look at the texture on that. Isn't that pretty? Back that out so you guys can see it. Kind of nice that is. Hybrid is identified by the body being leather and then other parts the body being nylon and then the other parts being leather. It doesn't have to be all the parts leather. You can decide which parts are leather. And then this has a beautiful green interior. Look at that interior. It's like a forest green interior. Very nice. So we think these cases are a good blend, you know, to have leather. A lot of people like to have leather in their hands. So our handles are very comfortable. And I need to stand back a little bit so you guys can see the case. And so they'll choose the leather handles because the leather feels good in their hands. And so that's what makes up the hybrid right there. Okay, now I have a butterfly here. This butterfly here is a 3x6. See how beautiful that is in purple with leather, purple with gray handles on here, purple stitching. Look at the stitching on that. And then we have, it says Donna on there. Got a nice little magnetic pocket on top and a purple interior. So we have 3 butts on this side and 6 shafts on this side. So very nice. Okay, then I have another one here. Similar, also a 3/6. This one is black and burgundy with yellow stitching. See the yellow stitching? Looks really nice. And this one says Dick's Mix, I think. Oh, Vic's Mix. Vic's Mix? I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I have a hard time with the cursive letters personally, you know. I mean, I think they're pretty and they're beautiful, but sometimes I don't see them, you know, these types of cursive letter or, you know, these types of letters. Not cursive writing in general. So beautiful burgundy interior to match it. 3x6. Okay, and then I have here a really nice Dynamite rugged. So the Dynamite, as I've explained lots of times, has longer pockets and taller pockets. This is a 2x5. I like how the name went just above the top pocket there. So just to show you, when you work on the designer, you can put it anywhere you want, and if we can fit it there, we'll put it there for you. So it looks really nice. And let's see what color interior we have on this. I have a blue interior. 2x5, 2x5, 3x4. So it'll fit 3 butts and 4 shafts, or 2 butts and 5 shafts. Okay, here I have a very special case. Don't ask us to make this again because I'm not going to, okay? We spent, to make this case, we spent about $500 worth of labor and development to build this case. And I'm telling you right now, we didn't get $500 for the case. This was, you know, I got to tell you guys something. So we're a custom case maker, right? And we will try to honor any request if we can do it. But sometimes, you know, the effort to make it is way too much for what we charge for it. And then if we had known that in advance, we would have obviously charged more for it. So this is a case of where this case is probably the only one that's ever going to be made like this. So just telling you up front, but I want to show you, because I want to prove to you guys that we do try sometimes. Sometimes we don't know, or we don't think that it's going to be that much of an effort to do what the customer wants, and then we get into it and we find out, geez, this is just a crazy amount of work to be able to do what the customer wants. So anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, this customer wanted a case with absolutely no leather, no animal products on it whatsoever. Okay? Don't get into the nitty-gritty here and talk to me about plastics and made of organisms and everything. Okay? Let's just say he didn't want any leather on it. All right? So I said, yeah, okay, let's I think we can do that. Let's figure it out. Okay. So I do use leather a lot. Now I understand the vegan perspective on this and everything. I understand it. All right. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. And I do agree that there's a lot of animal cruelty in the world. There's a lot of cruelty in the way that animals are farmed and executed. So I agree with that. However, leather is one of the best materials that we have. It's very versatile, very useful, and it is literally a byproduct of the meat industry. So the fact of it is that humans have been using leather for tens of thousands of years, or however long we've been around, and it's one of the most durable and lasting products that there is. So yes, I feel bad about animals that have been cruelly and inhumanely, killed to provide meat for people. But as a material, I'm glad that we have leather to use for a lot of purposes that we need them for. So sometimes, the way that we use leather, and I'll show you here real quick. So on a regular case, I use leather. Well, this one doesn't have a handle on it. It's okay, I can show you here. All of the stress points are leather on here. So this is leather reinforced again with nylon underneath the leather. And that's how we do it, because that gives us, we found, the strongest bond for the stress points on these cases. So everywhere where there's stress, if there was a handle here, you'd see that. There's leather. So this customer wanted a case with no leather on it, but he also wanted a flip top and so on. So here we go. And he wanted it in tweed, which is hard too. So we made a case out of tweed. Show you this case. It's very beautiful. You guys see that? Very pretty, right? Now, all the stress points right here, we basically took the nylon and we very carefully wrapped it around so we have the same shape and everything, and then we got nylon underneath it, so the strength and everything is exactly the same. For the flip top lid, okay, so normally we do leather right here, and the leather is sewn and riveted through the body here. So let me show you what that looks like real quick, so you guys get an idea. So if you can see the sewing on there, that's sewn and riveted through the body, and it's laminated leather, so it's 3 or 4 pieces of leather in there, and that's what holds this lid on and is super tight, and it's a magnetic latch, as you can see, so it's not going to move, not going anywhere. But this gentleman wanted to have a magnetic latch, but no leather used. So what we did is we riveted it on this layer, so it's a piece of wood here and a piece of wood here, so it's 2 pieces of wood. It's riveted, inset and riveted on the second piece, on the piece that attaches to the body. So you can see that right there. And then this piece is glued on, and we found a furniture manufacturer, or basically somebody who works for a furniture company manufacturer, and he brought us some glue, and this glue is stronger than anything we've ever seen. So we we put that on there and we tested it, and we're very confident that that's never going to come off. So we were able to literally build a wooden latch here. So it is very strong. I've tested, I've tried to break it off. So I'm pretty confident that with normal use, this is never going anywhere. And you can see that also inside, normally we put a piece of leather inside. On this one, we put nylon right there. And so it actually turned out really nice. And same thing on the back here, all these leather pieces. We folded them all under and did that. So a lot of extra work there to make that happen. And the end result is a very beautiful case. One more thing is he wanted a long flap on here and a larger pocket. So we did that. So you can see how that opens up, you know, and then you can put your whole hand in there like that. So magnetic closure at the bottom, watch. And that's that right there. So very nice. And then we have in here a tray, a pocket tray with dividers, backpack straps, and a JBK, very small JB Cases logo on the back. So all in all, a very nice case. You know, just a lot more work and a lot more effort than we thought it was going to be. So if you ask us for a vegan Q case, be prepared for us to ask you for a lot more. Sorry, because it turns out to be a lot more work. However, now that we know what we're doing, it'll be easier the second time around. You know, so it won't be as expensive as this one cost us to make it. Okay. So moving along here, I have a Ultimate Rugged right here with black with gray sides and red piping, red stitching. Look at that, that's really nice right there. I think that's RW, right? RW. Look how nice that looks with those gray sides on there. See that? And let's see what color interior. What do you think? Is it pink? I don't know. That would be interesting. So we have a blue interior, 4x8. Just a few moments ago, I saw online somebody was asking about a spring-loaded case. I get those questions once in a while about do we make spring-loaded cases and so on. I don't make any cases with springs inside of them. The inside of our cases, I want those to be just really soft, padded. I don't want any metal pieces or anything in there that's going to have any chance of hurting a cue. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is I want the cues to stay in the case. I don't want them ejecting in any way or springing out or doing anything like that. I want them to stay in the case until you reach your hand in and you physically pull it out. So you intentionally want it to come out. I don't want you to be opening your case, somebody bumps you and your case goes flying, and because it's got that springiness in there and doesn't hold the cues in, it ejects the case or ejects the cues and offers to and has a possibility of harming them. So we're kind of the absolute opposite of spring-loaded cases. Now, I did do an interior years ago, which I called the Organic Rebound, and in that interior, I had a whole setup with elastic bands at the bottom, so it basically emulated the spring-loaded case. But the difference is that our case, when you pushed everything down, it stayed in, and then if you shook it a little bit, it would slowly, like this, slowly rise up. So then you could grab the stuff. We stopped making it because it's a really complicated interior to do. I can still do them on request, but again, it's like this vegan case. It would be something that I'd have to charge a lot more for, because you know the concept worked. It worked great. We built lots of cases with it, but the problem is that you know sometimes over time in different people's cues, different sizes cues and stuff like that, they didn't always hold the cues down as well as I wanted them to. You know, so my criteria again is you must deliberately remove your cues from the case. So you know. I don't want the cues to eject by themselves ever. So if that ever happens, then we've built the interior wrong. You know, we've not done our job with that. So that's why I don't do any kind of spring-loaded stuff or any kind of self ejecting type of stuff now. And I know that there's people out there that have those features. They have tabs you pull up and all the cues come up. Listen, folks, listen, seriously. It's no big deal to reach in and pull your cues out. I mean, you're talking seconds, like literally milliseconds here of difference between a guy sitting there with our case, pulling his cues out, and a guy that's got a spring-loaded case or whatever, you know, that's pushing the cues up. It's literally a few seconds, and our cases provide better protection, way better protection every single moment that your cues are inside of our case. So if you're looking for a few extra seconds of convenience, don't buy our case, really, because, you know, here's the deal. When you're driving down the road and you hit a big ass pothole and your cue develops a crack in the A joint, you know, or it develops some kind of ding or dent or something in there from hitting the sides of that case, which is allowing the cues to be loose, because that's what has to happen when a spring acts on it to push it up with no other force. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think those extra couple seconds, and it's literally seconds, you know, I don't think those couple extra seconds of convenience in getting the cues out is worth the sacrifice in protection that you give up for that convenience. I just don't. Plus the other thing is most of those cases with like the spring-loaded feature and all that, they're shitty cases anyway. So, you know, they're going to fall apart faster. They don't have lifetime warranties. The springs will often tear up everything inside and sometimes get sideways, and the metal parts and all the little foam parts and bits can get inside your case. I've seen it all, trust me, when I take this stuff apart. So it sounds like a good idea, you know, and it does give you like a few extra seconds, and I mean seconds of convenience. But the bottom line is you give up so much protection and you give up so much quality that I don't think it's worth it, you know, my opinion. So, all right. This is a beautiful leather case right here. So this is a 3x6. I want to show you guys that. Nice basket weave on here. We got a dragon head right there. Beautiful design right there. We come around to the back. We have a double dragon. This is a famous kind of a famous depiction in China. You see this all over with the two dragons around the fireball. And then you'll see here, we have a really nice design under the handle here. See how beautiful that is? And then we flip it around to this side. You can see how that is there. And the one thing I want to show you here is that you guys, you'll notice that when we do this, we always make a space for all these handles and everything. We don't actually, see there's nothing, the handle is not over any of the tooling on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. See how that space is designed for this? Isn't that cool? So you'll see that it's a little bit different on this side. See that? Than it is on this side, because we draw the design, we draw the pattern differently for where the handle side is to design for the space. So there you go. So very pretty case. And then this one here. Another thing here that's cool, check this out. Look at the way we did the retainers on here. See how the retainer shape matches? See how it matches the design? You know, that's just a little cool thing that we do once in a while when we make these custom cases, the high-end leather cases. Again, we have a magnetic latch. Look how nice that latch works. Watch this. Bam, closed. Look at that. See? Now, this is a black interior, black 3x6, so very pretty. And this one here actually has a little bit of extra space in the lid too. See that? So you could take this lid, for example, when you've got the case leaning up against a table or something, you can put your keys or whatever in there, and you have a little bit of extra space in there. So just kind of neat right there, the way that that's done. All right. Let's see, which direction am I going here? Okay, we'll go this direction. Here's a really awesome case. Look at this. This is fully designed by the customer. They sent us the drawing and did it. It came out really cool. This is forest green, black with forest green and white with black piping. Now look at all this design on here. So Semper Fi, who dat? See all the pocket framing and everything? That was all done by the customer. Check that out. It says, "Don't tread on me." And then here we have the evolution, the pool. I look like Wilson from what's that show that Tim Allen was in. It says on there, let's see, what does it say on there? Mike Laurel? Mike Laurel? Anyway, I think that the design on this came out really awesome, so whole thing is great. White zipper pulls, everything. I mean, look at that. It's just so pretty. You know, some customers come to us, man, and they got it. You know, they've got great design skills, and they bring us something that just when it goes on a case, it just really looks awesome. So I think that this really looks awesome. All right, this is a forest green interior 4x8, and then this one's got a elastic piece in here. This is an accessory that you can get. It's just basically an elastic band, and it's great for putting up in here. You can hold a cue ball, you can hold your wallet, whatever you want to hold in here that you don't want to fall out. You can put it in there like that, and it'll hold it. You know, so there's a good way to use that right there. And it has backpack straps, as you can see right there. Looks good. So all in all, this case came out really, really, really beautiful, really nice, I think. And there you go. So, okay, got a really nice black and white one right here. This is a black and white Dynamite rugged. This is white pockets with black piping, and you can see there it says Kiats on it, and a really cool 8-ball right there. And let's see what backpack straps, white stitching. Oh, we got a money sign on top, so a dollar sign, and a blue interior, blue 4x8. Now remember that our interiors are also removable, so if anything ever happens to the interior, you can just pull it out, order another one, pop it in, or if you ever get tired of it, want to change the color, you can just order a new interior from us, and the new interior will just go right in, no problem. The bottom of the case inside it's fully Velcroed in there, so when it goes down, everything stays in place. Turn the case over, nothing falls out. It's just it works really, really well, and it's been a great feature since I created it a couple years ago for people that have problems with their cases. You know, so if anything happens, somebody spills a beer in there, whatever, after you get out of jail for beating them up, just go online and order a case and order a new interior, and we'll get you taken care of. Okay, here's a case right here that's looks like a Boston fan. So we got the Boston logo right there, and then Red Sox right here. Check that out. What's that on there? A little dust. That look cool? So this is also a 4x8. Blue and red and white stitching, and a red interior. There you go. Sorry if that's a little blurry. I don't know why that's doing that, but anyway, probably because I'm getting too close to the camera. All right, so moving on. Oh, this case is really pretty right here. They're all really pretty, but you know, once in a while we get cases that are just that everything comes together really well. So this case here is black and pink, also Dynamite style with the larger pockets. See the pockets? And this is a book style pocket on here. I think this has a tray inside, as you can see. Very good. And then this also has a magnetic lid right here, and the lid is taller so it can fit a cue ball inside. So open that up, there you go. And it's got a blue interior with a cue ball holder in the lid, fully enclosed in the lid, the cue ball is. Put it over, there you go. And we have pink leather, so this is colored by us, this pink leather. We've got a leather handle here. Now this one we wrapped in saran wrap to protect it, so when they get it, they can take it off, you know, because we wanted to make sure this handle didn't get dirty or anything from the packing or anything like that. But yeah, very beautiful case, leather handles on the side. So this is an example of, it's not a hybrid per se, but they chose leather handles as an accessory. So you can do that in the designer. Just go to the accessories and parts feature in the designer, and you can make that happen. And then Karen Barton, my wife, she did this beautiful design on here. That's also something you can choose. So you can see how that embroidery came out on there. And they chose that in the hot pink to contrast the pastel pink on here, and I think it came out looking pretty cool. See how nice and look at how nice and elegant that embroidery is on there. See that? So we got AL on the top right there. And then the back, when we do this, we also date it just like a custom case. So just like our leather custom cases. So be right back. UPS is here.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Here you go. I just got I got these three right here. Is that UPS as well? Yeah. I guess we'll just take those over to the other UPS store, I guess, or something.
No worries. So these four.
Those four right there for now.
And then that one.
That one will be ready, and then we'll have some more if you want to come back later. If you can, it's up to you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll be back later. I'm not supposed to be here till 5:30 anyways.
Cool.
So
We'll see you then.
I don't want to mess with you guys on that. But
all right.
You guys sell pool cues too, or just the bags?
No, we don't sell pool cues, but
Okay.
I can help you get into one.
Okay.
Yeah, just come back and talk to me later. I'm doing a video now for the for
Awesome.
the marketing, but I'll hook you up. Okay.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
I've been wanting to get a pool cue for the last couple of years, and I just get busier and busier, and it pulls me away.
We'll get you taken care of. I promise.
Thanks, man.
All
You
right.
have a good one.
You too. All right, so here's a 4x8 that is black and gray, also Dynamite style, as you can see with the larger pockets. And this one has a really nice kind of gray tones American flag on there. Look at that! Look at how pretty that stitching is on there. Isn't that nice? Now I want to mention something on the American flag part of it. Okay. So once in a while, a customer will ask us to do the flag on the whole pocket, right? And that actually turns out to be kind of hard to do because we don't like to distort flags. You know, we think that flags deserve respect. And if we go the whole pocket and do the whole thing in embroidery, what happens inevitably is parts of the flag get cut off because of the curves on the pocket. So we know that it represents, especially the American flag because of the stars here. So we know that anybody who looks at it will get it, that it's an American flag. But I personally feel a little bit uneasy when the flag of any country, especially ours, is not represented properly. So, you know, that's kind of my thing. It's our thing. And so if you're asking us to do a flag, just kind of keep that in mind, that if you want us to do the whole thing, you know, I might say no to that, or I might not want to do that because of how it messes up the representation of the flag. Okay, it's just my personal thing. Anyway, beautiful case in gray here, and you guys probably can't see the gray stitching on there, but I'll see if I can get it on camera. So really nice dark gray stitching, and let's see what the interior is on this one. This one has a blue 4x8 interior, so very nice royal blue on that one. All right, let's see what else we got here. This one is a 2x3 basic with one pocket. Okay, so when you go do the designer, you can take pockets off if you want to. So you're not stuck with whatever's there. You can take all the pockets off if you want. So this customer here decided he just wanted one medium-sized pocket on the case. There you go, with a middle zipper, by the way. Now that's a request that you have to ask for. That's not something that's on the designer because it's not something we offer all the time. But if you ask us to do it, if you put a note in on the designer and say, hey, I want a middle zipper pocket, we will do that. Now, some people like that because the middle zipper pocket opens up like this, and you can kind of see everything inside. So, as I said, on request, happy to do it. And no extra charge for that. So anyway, here you go. Beautiful 1x2. Also, one thing here, we put the strap on the side on request. So just as the customer asked for. And this has 2x3 in blue. There you go. Alrighty. Moving on here. So I showed you that green earlier. This is this green that we have now for this is this forest green. Is a nice tone. We like it. We've been actually looking for this color for a long time. So there's a pretty case, black and green backpack straps, and it does have green stitching on here, kind of an army green. So we have here a black 4x8 interior. You can see that, good, okay. And then this is a chalk holder and joint protector holder pocket right here, and this pocket velcros in. So if I show you here, you can see when I peel that off, it's got Velcro on there. That's the male part of the Velcro. And then all of our pockets are fully lined. As you can see here, this has also got a cell phone pocket inside here, so this would pull out and the Velcro's right in right there. So this customer will be able to put this wherever he wants in the case. Probably it'll go like right here on the inside of this pocket or something like that. And but it can Velcro anywhere inside either one of these pockets. So we put it right there just to have a place, then the customer can decide where he wants it. And then on the top, just a very little understated initials right there, BDS. Thank you, BDS. Appreciate that. All right. Here's a cool case right here. This is a 2x5, 3x4 in black and yellow with yellow zipper pulls. And we got some pretty cool stitching on here. This is, it says Main Street Billiards with a really nice 8-ball, and I like the way that 8-ball shaded in there. There, you guys see that? See the shading? We try really hard to do the embroidery really well on here. You got a lightning bolt here, and it says Thor right here, so Thor hammer, I guess, hammer Thor. So there you go, really nice. And let's see what color interior. Oh, and the back says Thor on the shoulder pad. I want to mention too, on the shoulder pads, this is suede leather on here, so it's you know, we used to use like a rubbery kind of substance on there, and we found it didn't really hold up well. So suede leather is what we use now on here. So it's grippy when you wear it on your shoulder, and it'll stay on your shoulder, and it'll actually lighten the load, so it's ergonomically better. That's a 2x5, 3x4 with a blue interior. All right. Last two cases for today. I have here a gray and pink 2x3. Larger pockets on there, or just two pockets. Those are regular size pockets, but they're nice big Shep in pink on there. And this has pink stitching on here, looks really cool, and a pink interior. So we got a little loose thread in there. Pink 2x3 interior. JB Case's Ultra Pad. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by anybody who claims that their interior is like a JB Case or anything. You know, a lot of times they'll show you some padding right here, and then once you get below this part where your fingers go, past where you can reach and feel, there's nothing. It's just thin, you know. Ours is padded all the way down in here, so we have extra padding at the top that you can see and feel. That's what retains the cues, and then the rest of it is got one layer of padding in the cavity, in every cavity all the way down, so your cues are protected. All the parts are protected from each other fully all the way to the bottom. So a lot of cases, a lot of our competition, they'll actually stop for whatever reason. Their interior will stop here, leaving empty space in the last couple inches down here. So when there's no padding in there and there's that empty space, then your cues can clatter together every time you hit a pothole or a bump or you drop your case or whatever. And that can lead to dings, it can lead to cracks, it can lead to joints coming loose, you know, all kinds of stuff that you don't want to happen to your pool cue. You know, you don't want any unexplained sounds, cracks, chips, anything like that in your cue. And that's what can happen from a case where the interior at the top has a little bit of padding and it promises you protection. And then right below here, where you know, your fingers can only reach so far, below that point, the promise is taken away. So you definitely want to be careful about that. You know, as the saying goes, often imitated, never duplicated. That's very, very true when it comes to pool cue cases. So this is an orange interior 4x8 right here. And And anyway, you can just reach in and pull the whole interior out and see it for yourself with our cases. You know, we don't have anything to hide with that. So with the other guys, you know, their interior is fixed, and you don't know what's in there, right? Can't tell. So, all right, this has NJ on here, really nice. It's a navy blue and orange and white, and then it says Anthony right there. So, and orange stitching. So very pretty backpack style case. So that's it for today. I thank everybody for your time. I know this was a 35-minute video, so I appreciate you if you stuck it out to the end. I appreciate you anyway, even if you watch 5 minutes. So you just won't hear me say thank you because you didn't get all the way to the end. So if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to call us. Listen, when you call us, keep in mind that there's only 3 or 4 of us that are answering the phones, and it's not always 3 or 4 people answering the phones at the same time. A lot of times we're working on stuff. So anytime we can answer the phone, we will. We'll do our best to try to call you back, but I recommend that if you don't get a hold of us, just keep trying. If you send us an email and we don't answer you, just remind us. You know, send another one and remind us. I don't know how to say it other than it takes a lot of effort to make cases at this level, more than you might think. So based on that, I'm just asking you guys for a little patience, you know, because my little company here, our little company here is truly a little company, okay? We don't have as much profit on these cases as people might think. So we don't have the money to hire a whole bunch of customer service reps and you know, be able to staff the phones all day long, every minute of the day. But I'll tell you this, if you will grant us patience and try to contact us again if you don't hear back from us in a time frame that's good for you, at the end of it, at the end of your effort, you're going to end up with a great pool cue case that's just like you want it, you know, and you'll have what I call a lifetime case. So you'll have a case that with normal care should last you a lifetime. And if it doesn't, for some reason, if something breaks that's our fault, you know, that shouldn't break, things that like handles and things like that I have made every effort to make tough and durable and hold up to what I consider to be normal use, we'll replace it for you. We'll fix it. We'll make it right. So not only, you know, do you get what I call a lifetime case, but you also get a lifetime of protection when you use it, better protection than most of our competition for the interior. And you get my guarantee that if anything goes wrong with it that's our fault, we're going to do our best to fix it up for you and protect you, okay? Now, having said that, I'm going to do a little video and show you some of the stuff I've gotten in the past and show you some of the things that we don't consider to be normal use, you know, that are a little bit more torn up than what normal use would provide. But I'll tell you this, every time we get a case in that has any kind of break on it, anything broken, we look at it and we decide, did we already fix this? So we know that it's not going to happen anymore, or is it something that we have to fix? And if it's something we have to fix, we make it better immediately. So the very next cases that are being made, you know, within a week, have that improvement in them, and so everybody going forward is not going to have that problem, or they shouldn't have that problem. You know, then it would be extraordinary if they did. So anyway, there you guys go. Thank you very, very much for your patronage and your time and your effort and your viewership. We appreciate it. And remember, support those who support the sport, because that's the only way that we have any ability to do anything like this at this level of quality, okay? We're not out there to take as much money as we can out of your pocket and then run away, you know, run off to Hawaii every 2 months or whatever by selling you junk and selling you shit at high inflated prices. I believe that our cases provide a better value dollar for dollar than any other case out there. I fully believe that. There's a lot of great case makers out there. There's a lot of shitty brands. You know, people will stick brands on shitty cases. I believe no matter what end of the spectrum you go to, our cases still provide a better value than any of our competitors. And I'm always willing to stand up in front of you here on camera and at shows and in my shop and prove it to you. And if I've proved it to you to your satisfaction and you get the case, then I think that you'll be fully satisfied with it. Okay, and if you're not, we'll try our best to work it out and make you satisfied. Okay, so thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.